What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Zero Lab. Today we're taking a look at a Golem deck that did pretty well in an online tournament the other day. Got a lot of hype around it, and I have been a famous hater of fighting types in TCG Pocket, so I wanted to give it a try, see if fighting types stand a chance in TCG Pocket with this cool new Golem deck that people have been hyping up. So taking a look at the deck list here, we have a 2/2/2 Golem line. This is the new Golem from Mythical Island. It's got the guard press attack. For 4 energy, does 120, and then during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes a 30 less damage from attacks, which is huge because it's got 160 HP, so big tanky Pokemon. Hitting for a pretty good weakness, and 120 is a pretty good damage output. We also have Hitmonlee in here that can finish things off on the bench. Stretch Kick does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So if we don't do quite enough damage to something with Golem, we can finish it off later with Hitmonlee. We also have 2 Dredagon in here to sort of set up behind. The Rough Skin will deal additional damage to our opponent's attackers, and then our Golem can finish them off later. And then we do have the Marshadow in here as well with the Revenge attack for 2 energy, does 40 plus 60 more damage if one of your Pokemon was knocked out during your opponent's last turn. So 100 damage on a basic 1 prizer for 2 energy is pretty good. Rounding out the deck list, we have a Potion, 2 Pokeballs, 2 Research, 2 Giovanni, 2 Brock, and 2 Leaf. So we're going to take a look at this deck in the event matches here. Going for that emblem event. We have 31 wins right now, working towards that 45. Hopefully Golem can get us a couple more wins here. We are going second against a fire deck. It looks like we've got Geodude and Hitmonlee in hand. We're just going to start the Hitmonlee. Bench the Geodude. Brock only attaches to Golem, so we can't like power up our Geodudes and Gravelers early. We just have to eventually get into the Golem. They did bench something for us, so our Hitmonlee's Stretch Kick will start work for us right away. Pokeball here going to find us the Marshadow. That's going to be really good in this matchup, I think. Bench that. And then we're going to leave a bench space open. Just Stretch Kick here onto the Vulpix. Fire energy coming down onto the Magmar, pass back to us. We will take a prize on the Vulpix. We're going to attach for turn to the Marshadow. Just make sure that guy is ready to go. Evolve up into our Graveler there. And then Stretch Kick onto the Vulpix for the knockout there. Now, when this Magmar knocks out our Hitmonlee, our Marshadow will take the return KO. Fire Blast coming down will knock out our Hitmonlee. They take their first prize, but we'll send up this Marshadow, and we will get to take our second prize with that Revenge attack. Drawing into Leaf, we really need to find our Golem here soon. Want to use that Brock that's in hand. Maybe we should have benched the Geodude this turn, but that's alright. Opponent going into that Ponyta. They're playing the new Rapidash, which can do 100 if it flips heads. One of the best arts in the set, too. Pass back to us. There's a Research. We'll play that. And we'll attach for turn onto the Graveler. There's our Golem. Bench Geodude. Attach return onto Graveler. Evolve up into the Golem. And then Revenge here will do another 40 for us. If they flip heads here, it's going to be a little tougher for us. Oh, they have the Blaine. I don't know why they played the Blaine this turn. Didn't really need to. They hit us for 70 now. Which is still not enough. Kind of funny. Draw into our other Graveler. I'm actually going to leave that Geodude unevolved, I think. Just so we can retreat it with a Leaf. No, we'll evolve into the Geodude. That's fine. Then Revenge here for another 40. And we should win the game next turn. Potion coming down, that's not going to matter. There is the concession. So, one win in with the fighting deck. Of course, I'm a fighting hater, but if the deck is good, the deck is good, and that's what we wanted to figure out today. So there's one win. Let's see if we can get a couple more here with this Golem deck. Going into a game 2. Yeah, we'll start the Hitmonlee. Going second. I should have benched those Geodudes, but that's fine. Looks like we're going up against a Froakie, like a Greninja deck. Could be Gyarados. Interesting to see how that matchup is. Double Pokeball turn 1 for our opponent. And they just avoid benching anything because they are scared of the Hitmonlee. Must be Magikarps then, right? Just end our turn there. Yeah, must be Magikarps. It's got to be Gyarados because they're scared of the Hitmonlee's stretch kick. Research coming down from our opponent. They got a massive hand. I wish I had red card. That would be crazy. Frogadier coming into play. Attach return. Water drip now activated. There's our Graveler. Yeah, it's fine with me. If they don't want to bench anything else, they don't have to. My guess, though, is that they do have the Greninja in hand for next turn. But we also have the attack with Golem next turn, so we'll see what they do. If they do knock out our Hitmonlee, I mean, we can attack with Golem. So if they go Greninja here, plus Water Shuriken onto the Hitmonlee, and then Mist Slash. Now I imagine they will start benching other things. There's the Magikarp. There's everything. And here's the Mist Slash, probably, for the KO. Yeah, there we go. That's A-okay. We have our Golem up and running. Gonna one-shot this Greninja. Guard press doing 120. We take 30 less damage next turn. And they do not have any other attackers powered up. Obviously, they could Misty, go pretty crazy, get a Gyarados in play. So let's hope that doesn't happen. They do get the Gyarados in play. Attach return. A pass. They did not have the Misty. That's good for us. We're going to research here. There's another Graveler. We'll bench the Druddigon. Attached for turn to the Graveler and then guard press. Let's take 20 there from the rough skin. That's all right. Should just be game here unless they get a pretty crazy Misty. I guess they don't need that crazy of a Misty. They just need double heads. But there is the concession. Did not draw the Misty. And they only had like 4 cards left in deck. So that's pretty unfortunate for them. But 2-0 with the fighting deck. Let's go into a game 3 and see if we can be 3-0 today with Golem. Waiting on the game to load. Tails, that means we are going second. That's fine. Looks like we're going up against a grass deck. Starting Druddigon this game, so that's kind of nice. As long as we could find a Geodude turn 1 here, we have a good hand. Obviously Golem weak to grass. That should be okay, because we should be basically one-shotting the Celebi, because they hit into our Druddigon and do some damage to themselves. Our opponent conceded, so we're not going to count that one as a game 3. We're going to go into another one. But we'll take that for our emblem event, getting us closer to that 45 wins. All right, third game here with Golem. Let's see how we do. Coin flip his heads. We're going first. Start the Druddigon. Hopefully we can get a Geodude down from that Pokeball. Going up against a water deck here. Pokeball, come on, Geodude. There we go, that's sick. Research. It's us a second Geodude and a Pokeball to hopefully find our Marshadow. Our other Druddigon. That's also fine. We just bench all 3 of those. And then we'll end our turn there. Research from our opponent. Pokeball. Probably an attach for turn on to the Articuno and then just a pass. No, going at us with the Eevee. And it just tails. Alright, we're going to attach for turn. Evolve. Evolve. And pass. We have the knockout on Eevee next turn if we want it. Graveler can knock it out with weakness, and we can Leaf to retreat out of the Druddigon. We'll see what happens here with the Misty. Tails, that's great for us. Attach return coming down now on to the Articuno. Eevee attacking here again. Does get a heads this time. 20 coming down onto our Druddigon. Draw into our Hitmonlee here. Just going to Leaf Retreat into the Graveler. Take this first knockout. Now we need to start powering up our other Graveler. But our opponent just concedes from there. All right, so 4 wins with the fighting deck today. 2 of them are real wins. 2 of them our opponents conceded pretty quickly. But yeah, a pretty cool deck. Maybe this is what fighting needed to be good. Perhaps we just needed a Golem and that Druddigon to tank some damage and those sorts of things. The Marshadow is obviously a very good card too. That revenge attack is great. So if you're trying to play a fighting deck in TCG Pocket, it seems to me that this Golem deck is the way right now. But hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.